This is a Space Saver spare off of a Chevy Equinox, 17 inches by 4.5 inches. Has a 5 on 120 millimeter bolt pattern. Has a 145 70/17 tire on it. I got this off of eBay from salvage yard and shipped. Tax, title, and license was 65 bucks. The most popular thing lately has been the GTO spare tires, a similar size, but you'll pay $150 to $200 shipped for one of those. This is going to be just almost identical, and it's a third the cost. And what I had to do to put it on the car, I'm fixing to go into on the rest of the video. This is a Chevy Equinox Space Saver spare. I have made it fit on my Corvette, my C5. All I had to do was bore out the center, or hone it out actually. I just used a grinder and a flap, sanding flap, 80 grit, and honed it out until it fit over the hub. No spacers on it at all, and it clears the caliper. Clears the caliper without rubbing anywhere. All I had to do was hone out the center bore on it, and it bolted right on. This is the Equinox. I think this wheel came off of 2015. I think the ones after 2017 had a 1 on 115 bolt circle instead of the 1 by 120. And they would not work, so you'd have to get the earlier Equinox spare. But it went right on without any clearance issue once I got the center bore to fit over the center hub on the wheel, on the hub on the for the hub-centric wheel, and it's tight on there. I may have to hone it out a little bit more to make sure I can get it on and off easily. But it fits perfectly without, like I say, without any rubbing on the caliper, and no spacers. Only needed to have the center bore honed out. A couple of notes. There's always a question on the forums about the lug nuts and how a wheel made for a 14 millimeter lug isn't going to work with a 12 millimeter lug nut. And I went on Amazon and looked up some lug nuts, and I found a company that makes a lug nut that is the same outside dimension as their 14 millimeter, but it has a 12 millimeter thread size on it, so that holds this wheel on just fine. And I have honed some more of the center out to make this wheel slide on, and it slides on there just like a factory wheel, perfectly fit, not a problem at all. And this is the lug nut that fits on there. It's a 21 millimeter socket or a 13/16 socket size. It's the same, all dimensions are the same outside as the 14 millimeter lug nut, but it has 12 millimeter 1.5 threads on it to fit the Corvette. It's a perfect fit, and it fits the wheel and fits the car. So there's not an issue with the hole size in the wheel. The wheel may be made for a 14 millimeter lug, but these lugs are the same size outside as the 14 millimeter lug, so it makes it fit the hole. had to buy a box of 20 of them, but they were pretty cheap. They were about $15 for 20 of these lug nuts. And I will just carry these extra lugs in my jack kit. I have a scissor jack kit that I bought, and I'm going to show you that here later on too, on the end of this video, because I did something to it to make it more secure when jacking up the car. So anyway, there's the wheel on the car, on the brakes. Completely clears everything without any spacers, only boring out the center hole in the wheel. I wanted to show everybody what I did with this jack. This jack is actually made to fit on the seam on the car, but what I did was I put this bolt in the center of it to go up in the hole in the frame, and to make it more secure in that area so it doesn't slip out. The other thing I wanted to say about the Space Saver spare is the tire size that comes with the Equinox wheel is a 145/70/17. It's pretty short. It's 24 and a half or 25, something like that. Shorter than both the front and rear tires on your Corvette. But they make a different tire size of 145/80/17, and it's 26.5 inches tall. It's right in between the front and rear tire size on your Corvette. And for a temporary spare, it'll work just fine on either end.